Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. May all the peace and blessings of the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be on all of us. As you can see today, I want us to dive and navigate through organic chemistry in form of a quiz. Let's respond to this question and learn the basics that are here. Then forward we can see what we can do next. As you can see, class, here is a reaction scheme. We have a reaction scheme here. And in any question that has a reaction scheme, the first thing you need to know is you study the reaction scheme. You comprehend the reaction scheme. You start answering where you may be asked, that you can tell that you will be asked. Again, you go through the question, you go back to the reaction scheme, then study it, then from there you can answer it without making errors. Now together, class, let's look at the reaction scheme and see the way forward. Here you can see concentrated sulfuric 6 acid. Here we have ethanol. Also we have step 1, temperature between 160 to 180 degrees. Now, these two, they react and they're going to form colorless gas A. Now, colorless gas A undergoes combustion, and when it undergoes combustion, it reacts with oxygen, giving us gas B, liquid E. Step 3, we can see hydrogen chloride gas. Step 2, we don't know what was added, but we have the final product as ethane. Now, how can we answer this question, class? Now, let's look, class. What is the logic behind this concentrated sulfuric 6 acid and ethanol? Class, what we know is that concentrated sulfuric 6 acid is a drying agent, right? And ethanol, on the other hand, is an alkanol. So, what happens? And therefore, class, that concentrated sulfuric acid will remove water molecules from ethanol. And once water molecules are removed from ethanol, what are we going to remain with? That is the approach to this query. Now, let's go to the next one. After this, getting colorless gas A, and automatically is a certain hydrocarbon. Automatically is a certain hydrocarbon. Now, that hydrocarbon is going to undergo combustion. And when a hydrocarbon undergoes complete combustion, class, is going to form a colorless gas, that is carbon dioxide, and a colorless liquid, that is water. That is done. Now let's come again here. Here we have hydrogen chloride. This one is a hydrogen, right? And this one is a halogen. This step 3 is called hydrohalogenation. Basically means addition of hydrogen halides. Very good. That is hydrogen and halogens. Very good. Step 2 was added something. It became ethane. Automatically, we are going to see what lays next. But now let's respond to the questions one by one. Now, name colorless gas A. How can we know colorless gas A? Now let's come. Let's write the chemical formula of ethanol. Then remove the traces of water. We can see what we are going to remain with, because we know that concentrated sulfuric 6 acid is a drying agent. Good. Now let's look at this. Now it becomes C2H5 hydroxide. This one is the ethanol. Now, Kong sulfuric 6 acid. Now we are going to remove the one water molecule. That is one this hydrogen, and one from here, and this water. Now we are going to remain with, let's look at this. Try this one. Water there. Now plus. Now class, be very attentive. Now we have moved a molecule of water from the ethanol. Now, what are we going to remain with? Now we have removed 2 hydrogen. Now there were 6. We're going to remain with H4. Right? We have removed 1 oxygen. The C we have not interfered with. Now it becomes C2H4. C2H4. Now, automatically, you know that C2H4 is now conforming to a general formula like this. CnH2n. Automatically, the hydrocarbon with the general formula CnH2n is known as the alkene group of hydrocarbons, because they conform, all alkenes conform to the general formula CN. Our N is 2. 2 times 2 becomes 4, and therefore this is now, again, how can we name, now that we have known it is an alkene, specifically which type of alkene? Now, meth, alkene, carbon number 1, F, now it becomes ethene. Automatically now, this is ethene. Responded to this as that. Now this one becomes ethene. Now, let's go next one. Product B. Now class, ethene added to hydrogen chloride gas. Ethene added to hydrogen chloride gas. That is called hydrohalogenation. Now let's write the structurally. It looks like this. C double bond C. We have H. We have H. We have H. We have H. Now add plus hydrogen chloride. Now what happens, class, is when we add hydrogen halides, the double bond breaks. And when the double bond breaks, we're going to remain with single bond. Now how many hydrogen are we having? We're having 4. H, 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 H. Now what are we going to remain with? 1, 2. Now this one and that one like that. Now it becomes H, Cl, H, 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 H. Now add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now each and every carbon atom is complete. And for you to confirm that this is complete, a carbon must have 4 covalent bonds on its sides. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now class, this one is having only 1 chlorine. And when it's having 1 chlorine, it's called chloro. Now chloro is having a single bond. Then alkane, it's having 2 carbon atoms, chloroethane. Very good. Now this becomes chloroethane. Now done. Product B is now chloroethane. Chloroethane. Very good. Product B. Gas D. Now gas D, class, is basically very simple. Now let's come here. Let's write gas D. Gas D, this one is formed by the reaction between C2H4 plus oxygen gas. Automatically, carbon dioxide and water will be formed. Now class, how can we balance this equation? Here we have carbon, we have 2 here. Here we have 1. Let's place 2 here so that we can balance carbon. Now on balancing carbon, we have interfered with oxygen. Again, on the other hand, hydrogen is 4 here. Let's also balance it here. Now, carbon is 2, carbon 2. Hydrogen 4, hydrogen 4. What is remaining next now, class, is the oxygen. 2 times 2, 4, plus 2, 6. Now, this one becomes 3. Now, balance the equation. And that is about the gases. Now, gas D now becomes CO2, carbon dioxide. And liquid E now becomes water. Gas D becomes carbon dioxide and liquid E becomes water. Now, let's come to the next question. Right, balance the chemical equation for each of the reactions forming the products in A. We have already done. Now, let's look at colorless gas A. Now, gas A. For gas A, it's going to be C2H5 hydroxide. And we said this one, it involves removal of the traces of water. Now we have H2SO4, which is a conc sulfuric acid. Now it's going to form C2H4 plus a water, and this is a balanced equation for gas A. Now we are going to form product B. Now B is very simple. It becomes, for product B, that is C double bond C, hydrogen. Now we're going to add with hydrogen chloride. Now it's going to form C single bond C, hydrogen, chloride, hydrogen. And it is called chloroethane. And lastly, liquid E, that is liquid D and E. These are very simple. C2H4 plus oxygen gas to form CO2 plus water. Liquid, gas. Now on balancing, we have already done this here. We're just now doing a review of it in a quick manner. 3, 2, 2. And that is a balanced chemical equation of that. Name the type of reaction taking place in step 1 and 2. Now step 1. This is step 1. We are seeing that it involves removal of water, a water molecule, and that reaction is called dehydration. That's called dehydration. Now step 1, dehydration. Very good. Step 2. Now look at the step 2. The step 2, it was from ethene. It became ethane. Now let's analyze step 2. It was ethene. It's written like this. Hey, now before that, let's look at ethene. How is it written? C2H4. Now we can see it's going to become C2H6. What has happened, class? What has happened? From ethene to ethane, what has happened? We have added 2 hydrogen atoms. Automatically, addition of a hydrogen gas across the double bond of an alkene automatically becomes hydrogenation. Now that is hydrogenation. Hydrogenation. Very good. What's the important? It is used in hardening of oils. It is used in hardening of oils to form fat. Basically, that is a brief and quick overview of a question about organic chemistry. More into the cooking. Wish you all the best. Have a blessed day ahead. In this world as well, in the hereafter. Hold on to the rope of your Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and be assured of success in this world as well in the hereafter. Thank you very much.